It's just 6 o'clock and I've started the recording, so I guess we can get underway. Call the meeting to order. It's 6 p.m. on November 24th. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous select board meeting on November 10th and the budget meeting on November 18th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, none opposed, no abstentions. Carried. Don't see members of the public, so we'll move right into warrants. I'd like to kind of do it the same way we did it last time. I wanted to do it a couple of times through and see what you people think of doing it this way. And then we'll evaluate it, mid-December for the second meeting in December, if it's all right with you. Rob, can you go ahead and read them all in one motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to pay check warrant number 1, payroll, in the amount of $12,326.28. Warrant number 2, payroll tax, in the amount of $5,179.78. Warrant number 3, out of the general fund, the amount of $5,024.38. Warrant number 4, out of the highway, in the amount of $5,106.01. And warrant number 5, out of the equipment fund, in the amount of $605.15, for a total of $28,241.60.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on any warrant that was listed? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrants 1 through 5 totaling $28,241.60 signify by saying aye.
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 As well. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Town clerk report. It's in the packets. There was a revision from the report of 10/31. Actually, I skipped one. Steve, you're up. Sorry about that.
No problem. Last Tuesday afternoon, we had a snow squall that came through. It stuck to the blacktop on the higher elevations. We had to salt the Grafton Road and the top part of Wyndham Hill. And then it cleared off and temperature dropped overnight. And Wednesday morning, we had to go out and do some more salting where the roads hadn't dried overnight. This week, we just about wrapped up the leaf blowing. We are still ditching and cleaning some culverts. We're doing some tree work tomorrow on Wiswall Hill. There is a webinar I'll be attending next Wednesday, sponsored by Vermont Local Roads, and it's in regards to highway departments operating through COVID. In regards to Buck Hill, Irving and I took a look at the maps. The most current map that I have hanging in the highway department is from 2007. Buck Hill, that section of road in question, is not listed as a class 4 road on that map. I called District 2, talked to Megan Brunk, asked her to send me the most recent V-Trans map for Townshend. That's dated 2017. When I opened that up, it is still not listed as a class 4 road. I went back to 1950 maps, and I don't find anywhere where it's ever been listed as a class 4 road on a V-Trans map.
So essentially that means that section of Buck Hill is private road or some other classification.
Correct.
Okay. Then my opinion with it is that we can't provide that type of material that they're requesting. I believe they wanted us to bring them some stone or fill or something like that.
They had
without-
requested some gravel.
Okay. Let's see. Got two people waiting to come in, so I'll be entering them now. And it looks like, Helen, is that you? Helen?
Yeah.
No, no, I'm
I'm here.
Helen.
Yeah, I'm in. Thank you.
Okay, all right, and we're entering, let's see, we have another call in. Hang on one second. Caller, that we just admitted, you're not identified. Could you give us your name, please? Okay. Let's see, and there is one caller that didn't identify, and just for the record, I've muted them from the conversation. They can listen. So as far as the highway and Buck Hill goes, is it the consensus that no, we're not going to provide gravel for that and set that precedent?
Yes, that would be my opinion.
Well, that and I believe that when the former select board disbanded the roads, that was one of them.
Okay. All right. So I take it, Erg, you're of the same opinion. We don't provide for private roads.
Well,
Okay. And Rob, any input?
Nope.
Okay.
Kind of with Steve
Okay.
and Irv and
Um,
you.
Carla, would you send that person a letter back and just tell them that because of the situation? Okay. So now we'll go on to the town clerk's report. And that says that there's a correction made. It's in your packet. There's all kinds of figures there. I won't even attempt to read that. The treasurer's report shows that the municipal investment has $1,133,771.41. And it looks like the checkbook has $30,000. Next up, under old business, COVID. All right. COVID, basically, you probably heard it to no end on the news, but the new restrictions in place, they're about people gathering. It's causing, of course, as you would imagine, a lot of issues with holiday type events, and they don't even want people gathering in any form, even outside. They made an adjustment to allow for, if you had a walking partner or something like that, to walk on to walk together as long as you maintain the distances. But you know, these restrictions are come on and go off as things go along. They were expecting a surge from the expectations that they gave us. The surge has happened a little bit later. They're working on a housing unit if somebody is displaced because of COVID down in Brattleboro. There's pop-up testing site in Brattleboro run by the Guard, and the food programs are still in place, and all of that stuff can be found either on the agency of or the ACCD website or through the emergency management website. They stood up statewide surge hospital in Essex Junction, and they put on standby the facility in Rutland. As far as the town goes, I think I communicated with all of you about the memo that I issued a week or so ago about mask use and the the fact that we couldn't hold any kind of meeting, and it wasn't just because of the governor's order. Our insurance company made it extremely clear that they could put us in the extended risk pool or the high risk pool, and it would cost us considerably more money to cover these places in insurance. And they also pointed out that there were OSHA and BOSHA work safety problems that we could have if these masking regulations weren't followed. That has been communicated. It's been spelled out as the insurance company directed. And I also, in that memo, encouraged people that saw violations to contact the Attorney General's office and I truly do. If we do not need to be labeled in high risk or something like that, or have any of the other insurance issues that cause us problems. Any questions or comments about that? Okay. Also applied for League of Cities and Towns PACIF grant matching fund. We did this a year or so ago with the cabinet at the fire department for pressure tanks. And what happens with this is the highway department and the fire department have identified things that are either on the list of required corrections by the insurance company or would negate or make it a little bit safer to prevent accidents and claims against the insurance. So if we were going to buy this stuff anyways, what they will do is pay up to half of it, the price of it. So the highway department wanted 2 signs with lights on them, so they would get basically 2 for the price of 1. The fire department wanted a fireproof cabinet for chemicals and hazardous materials, and an instructing class that all the firemen that drive will have to take, an instruction course. And there was one other thing that I can't remember off the top of my head. But by signing off on this, we can get up to half of that cost covered by the insurance company. And that's in process. There was a budget meeting on the, what was it, 18th. We made some progress, but discovered that there were things that we needed to expand upon. Some of that material is in, I think I got an email from Elaine with some of the information. And I'm curious if Wednesday, December 2nd at 6 o'clock would be good with you all for another round of budget meeting.
That's okay with me.
Okay. Herb, what do
Fine
you,
with me.
okay. Rob?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we'll put that in the books. It's we had it in a public forum. It'll be on Zoom. We'll get all the information out that's necessary, and we'll have an extra printed copy. I think in case we have some technical issues where we have to use the phone. Okay. I have nothing else on the agenda other than to say that December 8th at 6 o'clock is our next meeting. If anybody has anything else to discuss, now's the time. Otherwise, we'll move to adjourn.
I did get the mowing done, or whatever, the sumac problem at the Taft Meadows,
Thank you, Rob.
the smallest of it. I mean, there's some big stuff that's obviously more than a mower can handle, so, but everything else is taken care of.
Is that something?
Yeah,
Go
that big
ahead.
stuff has been there for quite a while, Rob.
Yeah, I know. I did the ball field in a little bit around Oakwood Cemetery part too, and so things are
Oh,
in
very
good
good.
shape in that part.
Thank
All
you,
right, thank
Rob.
you, Rob.
Okay. If there's nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
And a second,
Second.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have a good night, folks. Thank you for signing in, and see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Happy
If I
Thanksgiving,
don't see
everyone.
you- Oh,
Happy
yeah, that was
Thanksgiving.
mine.
Good night.
Good night.
Aye.